All right, let's get a check now on the global space. Now we see ARK Invest. They bought a combined 40,067 shares of Intelia, acquiring 33,990 shares via its ARK ETF and 6,077 shares through ARKG for a total value of $457,000. The purchase extends ARK's recent accumulation of Intelia shares. That was on Monday, January 12th. The firm added 99,000 shares following an even larger acquisition of 216,411 shares earlier last week. Yeah, definitely would like to follow the big investors and where they're, stashing cash at this point. I would say the U.S. government have issued an urgent advisory for American citizens to leave Iran immediately, according to a notice published yesterday by the U.S. Virtual Embassy in Tehran. U.S. President Donald Trump has voiced his support for Iranians on the streets, threatening action against Iran if killings of protesters continue. Trump also maintained, ambiguous language when asked about potential military involvement, not ruling the scenario out. Meanwhile, President Trump outlined plans to tighten immigration enforcement and combat fraud. During a speech at Detroit Economy Club, he said his administration would issue 90-day notices to states such as California, demanding the return of individuals who enter the country illegally. Trump also claimed that beginning February 1st, the federal government would halt payments to sanctuary cities to states that host them. And in Asia now, China's trade balance expanded broadly in line with expectations, driven mainly by robust exports as overseas demand for Chinese goods that stayed resilient despite, heightened geopolitical tensions. Government data released today shows that China posted 114.1 billion trade surplus in December, slightly below forecasts of $114.3 billion, but higher than $111.68 billion surplus recorded in November. And shares of Japanese personal care products maker Mandem jumped to a 7-year high today after a U.S. private equity firm proposed a 3,100 yen per share tender offer, raising the stakes in the company's takeover battle. The higher bid intensified competition around the deal, sending Tokyo-listed Mandem shares up as much as 12%. That's it on the global space.